Okay. I decided to start streaming a little bit early today. Good, our audio looks okay. Awesome, okay. Okay, cool. We're good to go. Hello, Purple, how's it going? Purple got in with a comment before I even started and said, great anime is Cowboy Bebop. I've rewatched it I assume several times, yeah. So Cowboy Bebop, yeah, I mean, aside from being one of the most famous anime I can think of, it's just, I don't know, I've never watched far enough into it to actually get hooked by Cowboy Bebop, I guess. I love the setup. I love our cast and everything. It's great. But yeah, for some reason I just how many episodes is it total? Like 24, somewhere around there. I've maybe only seen the first 3-4 episodes of Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Purple, we're doing face cam today. I don't know. I think I'll be doing that more often on the Patreon. I also think I'll be streaming more often on the Patreon. Thank you, notification sound. Time to silence the phone. But I figured, why not? I'm also going to try to get a better webcam because this one's not very good. Christian Bailey says, hi. Hello, Christian Bailey. Welcome to the stream. And Christian Bailey says, gynecology. And I don't know whether Christian's just mentioning, like, the practice of gynecology or if that's actually the name of a show. But, well, let's find out, huh? Let's put this in my search history, huh? No. Taikike. That sounds like an anime. Here we go. Yeah, this is the show. Thank you. Hi, Tudes. What's up? How you doing? Is everybody doing okay today? Is it just me, or is this a terrible time of year? Like, has it just been a difficult time of year for me? Or do other people also feel that way? Like, it's just kind of rough. There's like nothing going on. It's like, it's just dull. There's a ton of things I gotta pay for this time of year. It's just kind of a drag. Mr. Fat Pepper says, hey, smiley face, hello. How do I shorten that? Pepper? Pepper. I like Pepper. Pepper's the name of a character on Summer Camp Island. Tudes says, I didn't realize you actually had a face. I associate exclusively with that weird profile pic. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been going for. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'll do face cam stuff all that often. But at this point, especially after putting out that that one channel update video where I'm on camera, it's like, what's the point? What's the point? And I think people enjoy feeling the human connection of looking at a face as opposed to just a screen. So I'm trying to overcome my hatred of seeing myself on screen and just roll with it. Jude also says, I was 10 minutes away from getting a PS5 today. Please share with us the story, because that whole situation is still a mess somehow. So please share the story with us. I'm happy to commiserate with you. I don't know if I would have bought a PS5 if I, like, A, had the money ready to go, and B, it was readily available and I wasn't getting it from a scalper. I don't know. Also because, like, PlayStation Plus, whatever, can't do is nothing compared to Game Pass, and then the full price games on PS5 are $70. It's like, that's a lot. So I'm not sure, but I appreciate it. I've played around with a friend's PS5 and it's pretty great. I mean, the Astro's Playroom is like one of the best platformers I've ever played. It's really good. Purple says, have you watched Full Metal Alchemist? Okay, so hold on, hang on, everybody. I have to open up a list and make things on a list, which you won't be able to see on screen, but trust me, I am making a list of the recommendations, because otherwise I'll completely lose track. And I know there's going to be a lot, so, you know. Well, why not put them in order, Mike? Do that. What else? Anyway, the answer is no. I have not actually watched Full Metal Alchemist. I've heard of it a bunch of times. Never actually made the leap. Fat Pepper says, friends call me Pepper. Well, Full Metal is pretty good. Yeah, cool. That one's on the list. Yeah, there's a bunch of other. I mean, I have seen a decent number of anime, but the big reason why I wanted to request some recommendations is, one, it's fun to get recommendations from people and hear them talk about why they like specific shows. But beyond that, I've never done a deep dive into anime and gotten into the big stuff and the more obscure stuff. I've only watched really a handful, probably 10 or 12 that I really like. So yeah, I'm very happy to get recommendations. Okay, so I think Toods has the story for us. I've been going to the store every week for the past month because a sales guy told me he would come in this month. Oh boy, is he running like a side gig? Did you have to slip him a $5 or something to get that info? Dude says the last person who came to the store before me got the last PS5. Oh no. That's like a Greek tragedy right there. That's no good. No, I'm very sorry to hear that. But so has this not happened yet? I thought I heard that certain stores or websites were running lists, right? Like a waiting list. So you could put your name in and then it would cycle through. I thought I heard that some places were doing that. But it's kind of shocking to me that it's been like a year and a half since those systems released, and it's still just being completely abused. That's so disappointing. I don't know. But yeah, that just stinks. So that's really too bad. Pepper says a new Ratchet and Clank game is good. Yeah, that's one I'd play. That might even be a system seller for me. With the PS5, I like the Ratchet and Clank series, but I've also never actually owned a Sony system in my life, so I've only played them on other people's or emulated them because it's pretty easy to emulate those now. So yeah. Purple says I watched some of it, never got to finish it. It was good. It's like halfway, and I assumed Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. That's another thing is I'll have to nail down where all of these are actually available for me, because that's another thing. I have Funimation now because I heard that Funimation was merging with Crunchyroll, and I thought that Funimation was absorbing Crunchyroll, but I think it might be the other way around because on Funimation they tell me the future is on Crunchyroll. So did I do the exact opposite of what I was supposed to do to get all of it, or the library's already together? It's confusing. Anyway, Pepper says Spy X Family is new and really good. I have not heard of it. Spy X Family. I'll put it in here, and I'll go over to the list and write it down there too. Okay. Lots of news. Tribute art. Cool. Japanese manga series, right? Sure. Spy who has to build a family to execute a mission, not realizing that the girl he adopts his daughter, be in a marriage with, or a mind reader and assassin. Oh, that's almost like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Do you remember that movie? That's a fun premise, and the art looks neat. I'm worried to go to the image tabs for some of these shows because we might see some stuff, and I don't really want to get into that. Anyway, it's on the list. Thank you very much for recommending. And also, Pepper also says Chainsaw Man is going to be coming out in October. Chainsaw Man, October. Okay. I know nothing about Chainsaw Man. Tood says here in Canada, each GameStop had an open waiting list last year, but they stopped doing that a few months ago because of low stock. Why? Why don't they just keep it going? It's silly. Yeah, that's annoying. Pepper says my favorite manga. Chainsaw Man is, or Spy X Family. I assume most shows are also based on a manga, but that's just a guess. Tood says they still have waiting lists, but now you have to trade in your PS4 to get a GameSpot. GameStop. GameSpot is a website. That's dumb. That's dumb. I don't have a PS4. And now too, PS4s are more expensive used than they were in 2019 or even early 2020. I was almost going to get one. You could get one for $150 back then. and now they've like shot back up again because the availability isn't there for PS5. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Still kind of considering getting a Quest 2 though, but also relatively pricey right now for me. So we'll see about that. But I have tested it out. It's kind of fun stuff there. Purple says they're merging. I haven't watched anime in a minute, and Berserk is a good blood and gore show and manga. Okay, put that down too. Cool. Violent stuff, yeah. What, Baki? Baki's one of the most violent anime I think I've seen so far. But yeah, apparently they're merging. I still don't know in which direction the merger is happening between those two services. But I still have Funimation, and it's everything that I want to see so far has been there. So I guess I'll just hang on to that as long as I can. Until they tell me to go away or something. I really don't understand. Pepper says Berserk is awesome. And Chainsaw Man is your favorite manga. Gotcha. I'll put in Berserk anime here. 25 episode anime television series. So that's another short one. There seem to be quite a few anime that have like pretty short runs, you know? A couple of the things I've been watching lately just end after one season or like a double season, and then we're out. And I mean, I don't know. I get it. There's so much being produced now that they're just trying a lot of things, and it might not all work or have the kind of merch sales that they wanted, things like that. But still, it's disappointing. I feel like some of those shows could have had so much more room to breathe. Anyway, here's Berserk, and broadcast in October 1997. Okay, so this is a sort of a classic, huh? A classic one. Cool. Well, it's on the list. Awesome. Thank you very much for recommending. Purple says also, how's your day/week so far? Yeah, it's been fine. Thank you for asking. I hope everyone's doing relatively well, considering all circumstances. Yeah, it's been okay. Last week of the month is usually pretty busy for me, so there was that. I had actual work stuff going on, and yeah, working on things. Earlier today, I was working on a has-been hotel video. That's why I have it up in a tab here. So I recorded about 45 minutes of audio about Has-Been Hotel after finally watching the pilot. I had never seen the pilot before. We watched a few minutes on that one stream and got copyright claimed or blocked for it. So that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. Forgot about it. Finally got around to watching the pilot earlier today and recorded a bunch of audio. I cut it down to like 22 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm not sure whether I should finish it and release it, honestly, just because the fact that I say anything negative in this is making me worried that the response to my video will be extremely negative, because everybody loves Has-Been Hotel. So I'm really wondering about that. I don't want to put a bunch of negative stuff out there, and it's really not that negative. But I feel like when people love something and they, identify themselves with a thing that they like, they tend to be extra vicious when it comes to defending it, and like I don't enjoy that. So anyway, Toot says, I just learned about this really obscure anime movie from the 80s. I think it's called Akira. You should check it out if you find it. Yeah, what is this? Akira. What a strange name. I've never heard of it. Oh, look. Do you want some clothes? Clothes called Akira. No, we mean the movie. Oh wow, it's even on Tubi. You can just put that on right now. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, and I also feel like that's one of the ones that really popularized anime in the West too, right? I'm sure there's like a record of that kind of thing, but just such a standout in terms of visuals and visual maximalism. It's insane in a very good way. Although the character models look kind of funny to me, like the faces. But yeah, I haven't watched it in years and years and years. I'll put it on the list anyway, just because. Purple says, I think I watched it on YouTube because there were no ads. Oh, nice. Akira? That's pretty cool if they're just like uploads of it there. Pepper says, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, is a really good anime. There's some ecchi fan service, but it's good isekai. Yeah, so I don't know all the subgenres and stuff. I'm vaguely familiar with some subgenres and terms, but that is about it. So yeah, feel free to share. But let's see what this gets us. It's on Funimation, so there we go. And I'm gonna copy paste this because I don't want to type out again. Gonna do that and that. Cool. 1 season. That's another one. Just 1 season, or is this like super recent, so it might still be running? When a wayward man is reincarnated with the knowledge, experience, and regrets from his previous life, he resolves to become successful in his new body. Ooh, sounds dark, but also fun. That's a thing, right? Don't you ever have that fantasy of like, oh, I know things now that would have been good to know as a child or teenager? I definitely have those. Need more wine. Yeah, fan service is a whole other like topic. But Pepper says Akira is a good movie. Yeah, it's great. And also, don't be afraid of people. If you got an opinion on a show, you should wait. Yeah, I know, but like at the same time, I don't want to, because every video you put out could be the first video of yours that some person sees. You know what I mean? And so like every video is a potential first impression. And in the past, when I've made videos that were sort of negative and that had a very negative reaction, I hate the idea that like a bunch of people probably just never watched anything else I've made and see me that way. And I don't want to, I don't want to be that person. I certainly don't want to be seen as one of those like angry internet people who just are negative about everything and really harsh about critiques and things like that. So I've tried to be careful about it. But yeah, you're totally right. It shouldn't be a limitation. And that's how the terrorists win or something. You know what I mean? Like you can't just, it's a joke. I'm not trying to be mean to people who don't like my stuff, but yeah, it's just, it does make you do a double take, you know. Or just at the very least, make you consider how you're presenting certain ideas and opinions. That's a big part of it for sure, is how they're voiced and how it's edited and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Purple is referring to Berserk, not Akira. I see. And I guess it's old enough that like there could be some uploads that they're not claiming or blocking or anything like that. So that's fair. Pepper says it's an old manga, but a new anime. Okay, the Tensei. All right, Jobless Reincarnation. Okay, cool. Yeah, manga is something I have not explored at all, really. I'm aware of certain manga that I would try out, but I've never actually done that. So just another massive world to kind of dig into. Purple says, also, Mob Psycho 100 is great. I finished season 2 a while ago. Did I write down the last one? Yes, I did. Mob Psycho 100. What do we got? Japanese manga series, illustrated by one. Okay, but yeah, I want the anime. Okay, cool. Write it down. Let me read the premise, though. Mob Psycho 100. What do we got? Mob Psycho 1 is a Japanese manga series written into a serialized zone. Oh, it doesn't give us the, like, premise. That's okay. That's all right. Cool. All right, there's another one written down. Awesome. Two says, I also think you should post a video about Hazbin Hotel. You have the right vibe to voice a controversial opinion. We'll see. And also, it's not that controversial. Sorry, I hope this isn't like a spoiler. But I love most everything about it. But there are a couple things about sound mixing and sound design in the pilot and dialogue. Specific character dialogue. Well, basically dialogue for every character. There are things about those aspects that I have some problems with. And attempted to explain that, but otherwise it's very impressive. It's really neat. It's a really fun concept, fun characters. I'm excited to see where the show ends up. Over on the Patreon Discord server, we were talking about like how it apparently originally got dropped for its original series green light, and then it got picked up by A24 of all places, but it still hasn't been decided like where it's actually going to stream. So it's very strange, and they better not mess that up. Like, just put it out somewhere. It really doesn't matter that too much which service it ends up on, but please, as long as they just release it somewhere, it'll be a-okay. So it's kind of confusing, just the production hell that it seems to kind of be stuck in. But from what I've heard, it's still coming out, so that's a big positive for sure, you know. Pepper says Mob Psycho 100 is awesome. Cool. There we go. Another vote for that one. One Punch Man is great too. Yeah, that's one that I think I maybe watched a couple episodes of, but I'll write it down anyway because I never really dug in. And Pepper also says that's true. If anything, you can always make the video later on. That's true. Yeah, but I also don't want to have this video show up after the actual show has been released. That was something that happened with Bee and Puppy Cat. I was talking about like predictions for the show, not knowing that the whole show had leaked online. So everybody else had already watched it, and they're like, yeah, man, like we know what happened in the show. So like, okay. So who knows? I'll probably just release it soon, and then when the actual show comes out, we can have like a different conversation, right? Because I'm sure there are going to be plenty of changes. I know they're changing up some of the voice actors, and I'm sure it'll be different staff, probably different writers. I doubt that Viv Z Pop will be writing the scripts herself. I don't get that impression. With just budget and other things that she'd be doing there. So, yeah. So there we go. But anyway, that's something I was working on earlier. One Punch Man. Yeah, one that I was watching, what was it, a couple weeks ago? For the first time I started watching Sword Art Online, which of course is very, very famous. But I knew nothing about it, and I don't even remember why. Oh, I do remember why I started watching it, because I wound up getting one of the Sword Art Online games. It's Sao Fatal Bullet. And I bought that game on sale just because I was like, oh, whatever, a decent third-person shooter. Sounds fun. And from there, it's so deeply rooted in all the characters and one of the seasons of the show that I was just like, what is going on? Maybe I should give the show a chance. It's decent. It's decent. The first arc is my favorite so far. The second arc I didn't like very much at all. And now I think the third arc is the one that lines up with the game I got. So, But, yeah, and that was a big one on Adult Swim back in the Toonami days, and I'm not surprised by that at all. Like, SAO definitely has a very Adult Swim feel to me, which isn't good or bad. Like, it's just a particular vibe that I think would really click with the Adult Swim, the general Adult Swim audience, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, so I was kind of binging SAO for a little bit there, but that was, that was an experience. Toot says I haven't watched any anime in years, but outside of anime, I can recommend Barry. Oh yeah, the premiere of season 3 was released a few days ago. Yeah, that came up in another video of, I forget which one, where like Barry has had these massive gaps between seasons, and I guess that's just a thing now, where it doesn't actually matter when they release a new season, basically, especially if it's already popular. Like, you don't have to have the typical broadcast television schedule of, oh, in the fall, the primetime shows release their new seasons, things like that, mid-season break. No, they can just shoot and release whenever. And Barry's definitely a show that I've wanted to watch for a long time. I like Bill Hader a lot. I think Mulaney was writing on that show also. He probably has like EP credits or something at this point, because he's a big enough name. So I'm sure in the negotiations he was like, yeah, I want to be EP on this, please. But it looks excellent, and it's on HBO. I have access to HBO Max, so I totally could. I will write it down. I'll put it in like its own little category of like definitely not anime, because it's not, but that works. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Pepper has some more. Konosuba. I'm not going to do any of the pronunciations correctly, by the way. Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, is a Japanese light novel series. I want the anime. I should just put anime in every time. Okay. 17. Okay. Kazuma and his crew head to a village to defend it against an enemy general. Oh, so it's a movie? Oh, well, in 2019 there was a movie. God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. I see. Either way, Konosuba. Oh, it's formatted differently also. Cool. There's that one. Pepper says Black Lagoon is a classic. Black Lagoon. Is a Japanese manga series, right? Okay. Seinen Manga Magazine, Monthly Sunday, Gene X. Wow. Cool. And it's on Funimation. There we go. See, this is why one of those subscriptions is finally paying off. Lagoon. Cool. Cool. Purple says, is that the guitar you fixed on stream? I forgot what it looked like, though. No, that's another one that I fixed up, but it's currently messed up. It doesn't have any strings on it or anything. It's a whole situation. No, I'm fixing up a bass. That's an ongoing thing. Anyway, Pepper says, ReZero is good. I know ReZero, don't I? Do I? What is ReZero? Starting life in another world. Japanese light novels. Okay. I put an anime and they still tell me about the light novels and the manga. I was like, where's the, television series? Yes, it does. Cool. ReZero. All right. Perfect. 50 episodes. Not bad. More to chew into there. Toot says, if you want a taste of the show, episode of Ronnie Lily is sublime. Of Barry, I think, right? Okay, hold on. I'll put that next to Barry in the notes. Ronnie Lily. Cool. Pepper says that's the movie, but there is a show. Yeah, I'm just putting down, like, the basic name. But yeah, this, for some reason, Google's like, I don't know what they want. They said anime, but we'll do a movie or the manga. What do we got with this property name? Cool. Okay. That one's Crunchyroll, so we'll have to see whether it's also on Funimation. This is good. We have, let's see how many we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Wow. 13 and Barry. That's a lot. We're doing a lot so far. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I really haven't seen too much in my personal past, especially growing up. I didn't see much anime at all. I saw bits of Dragon Ball Z, one of the Dragon Ball Z shows that aired on Western television, and was just kind of confused most of the time because it was always in the middle of like a fight, right? Like a 7-episode fight arc. It's like, what? And then one guy like eats another guy with his tail thing. And I was like, I don't think this is really for me. So I've never really gone through Dragon Ball Z. I remember seeing some Hamtaro and Sailor Moon, of course. I think on Cartoon Network. I think they had some anime stuff back then. Obviously Pokemon. I saw some of that back in the day. But also it was kind of annoying because those shows were not aired in sequence, which is common, but like the other cartoons I was watching at the time on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network weren't serialized, right? Like it wasn't continuing storyline, so it wasn't a problem if it just jumped around different episodes of SpongeBob or Billy and Mandy or Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. But with anime, it's like, no, I want to continue the story, please, in order. But you just couldn't unless you bought like the VHS tape that had like 3 episodes. I think we had a couple of the Pokemon VHS tapes, and it was like, here's 3 episodes, not even in order, but they're close to each other. So that was kind of stupid and frustrating. I think it got in the way of actually getting into one of these shows. It's just like, I don't want to see it out of order. It's just confusing and kind of annoying. Christian Bailey says Psyche K. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I have that one down. Although I don't think I read the premise or anything. But I do have it on my list. They did 2 seasons. It's on Tubi too. Oh, and Funimation. Cool. A high school student with powerful psychic abilities tries to live an ordinary life by keeping his true nature a secret from his many quirky classmates and anyone else he comes across. Ah. It's a hide the thing story. I've seen a lot of hide the thing stories. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, it's on Funimation, a bunch of places, and Netflix. Wow. Everybody has Psyche K. Psyche. Sorry, pronunciations. Awesome. This person says Psyche is a really good anime. It has a touch of a ton of topics and is a mix of a ton of genres and is one of those funny comedies that you can watch anytime. They come in small. Oh, no, I didn't actually want to. Okay. Well, this person thinks it's very good. So that's good. The reviews in general are very nice. Look at that. Very high numbers. That's cool. Awesome. And some of our characters here. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it before, but it's been a long time, and I certainly haven't checked it out. Purple says Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty good. The animation is great. I haven't watched much of it, though. Jujutsu anime, please. Okay. Wants to mix shonen, power, action, comedy, and horror ideas together into one distinct package. All things considered, it's really cohesive. Oh, I guess this is like a review or something. Sorry. Cool. Write it down. Also, Jujutsu Kaisen. Nice. Guided by the most powerful of Jujutsu sorcerers, Satoru Gojo Yuji is admitted to the... Oh, he's the sorcerer. I see. To the Tokyo Jujutsu High School of Sorcery. Oh, cool. Okay, so magic stuff. Awesome. I like it. School-based anime in general. There are about 1.5 million of those. Those can be fun. Pepper says The Rising of the Shield Hero is on Funimation. Hang on, my coffee's in the way also. I'm just going to write these down before searching. Whoops. Rising of the Shield Hero. Cool. And Pepper also says My Dress Up Darling. Okay. Funimation 2, it's more of a rom-com, and Dog and Scissors is funny too. Yeah, I don't mind some comedy stuff either, you know. That's certainly what I've been watching a lot of lately in terms of anime, is more comedy-centric stuff, which can be a great time. Purple says, I don't watch too much anime, so I can't recommend that much. Don't worry about it. But also, look at this. We got all these great recommendations. So if you want to check out any of these that you haven't seen, we have those also. In fact, can I do like a screen cap of my... I think I can. This is list of anime. Yes, there it is. Make it small. I'll put it up here. Sorry, but I think we're in 1080p, so hopefully you can still see that with the resolution. We'll put it right here. Our background is Tonkatsu DJ Agataro. It's about a guy who works in his family's tonkatsu shop and also wants to be a DJ. And it's pretty good. Pepper says Fire Force is pretty cool. There's some really good fight scenes. Fire Force anime. Fire Force. And the other series are from July to December 2019. Cool. Okay. Funimation. There we go. See this subscription's doing some stuff for us, isn't it? It's a character's birthday, I suppose. I don't know what that's about. Purple says Trigun was a good one I watched a while back. Okay, let's see what we got. Trigun, put it down here. Also, cool. Are those showing up? Yeah, there. Okay. Trigun. What's the premise? I wish they would just tell me here. Cool. 1998. Okay. Very nice ratings on here also. And licensed by Funimation. There we go. See? For once, the subscription has given me some stuff. Pepper says, Trigun's classic. Awesome. Look at this guy's hair. I basically have the exact same hair, clearly. This is pretty good. This is a pretty good, darn good list we got here. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of variety. We got some comedy stuff, gore, action. I don't know if any of these are horror exactly. I don't get the sense that any of these are horror, but I also don't watch a ton of horror stuff in general, so we'll see about that. What else? What else I watched? One that I watched a long time ago is not super accessible, but it's called Show by Rock. And it's very stupid. It's very dumb. I can see some influence from like K-On!, something like that, where a girl wants to join music club at school, but she's too shy, and she gets whisked away to alternate reality where you have to play music to fight monsters and stuff. And the rest of her band are all like animal girls, and then there's the band of hot guys who are also animal boys. And she has the specialist guitar because she's the chosen one, so she can use that to save the day, hopefully. And apparently they made a rhythm game, which I kind of now want to try out. This person says best anime in my book. Wow. Okay. Fat Pepper says a certain scientific railgun. Oh, what a name. Certain scientific railgun. Whoa. Oh no. My typing. Cool. This is 9, 3 seasons. Hold on. A certain scientific railgun. Nice. On Tubi even. Funimation, Premium, Hulu. Awesome. The exploits of Mikoto and her friends prior to and during the events of a certain magical index. Oh, so is that like an original show? Or like this was a spin-off of that show or something? This person says, 5 stars. I have to say that Scientific Railgun is a more entertaining show than Magical Index. It does sound like a spinoff then. The character dynamics are fantastic. Even the pervy parts don't feel forced. I mean, hey, being honest, you know, there's K-On! Right there. I haven't been able to watch that. That one is not on Funimation. So... Shady Day says, I'm in UK time, so I can't stay long. I've got niche animes I like. Oh, it's okay. It's okay if you can't stick around. But hey, just fire those off. I'll put them down as fast as I can and go ahead and get some good sleep, you know? Because Lord knows I need to get more sleep, especially this time of year. Pepper says there are like 4 shows in that universe. I see. So they just keep spinning off. Cool. Okay. Shady Day says, Princess Arette. I like it because it's very boring. Sounds like it's up my alley. That's certainly what I was getting from the earliest episodes of Lucky Star are just so boring, and it's kind of great. Oh, I like the art. Even just this cover art here. It's like more desaturated. It's a little bit old, so maybe that's part of it. It was like, you know, hand-drawn animation on like paper and cells and stuff, as opposed to digital. Confined in a castle tower by her father, Princess Arette spends her days watching the world outside her window. Oh, that's a fun premise. That actually sounds pretty cool. Shady says, kind of the same with Ascendance of a Bookworm. Okay. 3 seasons, 2019. Oh, so this is so active? A book-loving student dies beneath a pile of books during an earthquake and awakens in the body of a girl named Mine in a world where books are scarce. With memories from her previous life, she creates and prints her own books so she can read again. Huh. Okay. Is that part of the subgenre? This is not one I know the name of, but I know there's a subgenre of anime where modern-day person is translated to alternate world or world in past. So their knowledge of the modern day as we know it is suddenly like extremely valuable. I think there's some interesting things can be done with that. But that sounds fun. Of a bookworm. Cool. Awesome. I'll check it out. Official trailer. Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll. Okay. What are the Google reviews for this one? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a really good sample so far. Like I said, lots of good variety going on here. Right now. Someone's texting me. Cool. Yeah, some good stuff. Pepper says, yeah, that's called an isekai. Sorry again for pronunciation, anime. But there you go. So yeah, you had mentioned that earlier. Gotcha. Okay. Spoilers, I guess, but also the Pokemon Legends Arceus also falls into that category. Shady says also there's recovery of an MMO junkie. I love the willingness to do like longer titles and stuff. I'm kind of a sucker for a long title, whether it's a book or a movie or a show or whatever, because you can do some fun things with that, I think. And yeah, a good number of these have longer titles that I actually appreciate. Hold on, let me put this down. Donkey. Okay. What's this about? Two players who spend time together in an online role-playing game forge a relationship without realizing they know each other in real life. Oh, so kind of like an arc in one of the shows that I mentioned earlier. Very spicy. Cool. Okay. Amazon. I'm not gonna pay to watch it on Amazon, but I'm sure I can find it somewhere else. Cool. 30-year-old successful career woman who decides to quit her Texan corporate job and become an elite neat. Okay. Is it finished? Ended the manga. Huh. Okay. Crunchyroll. Shady says it's more than that. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I'm sure. Like, and that's something that I kind of hope for in some of these not synopses, but like log lines, I guess, for these shows, is that I don't want them to give me too much. I feel the same way about movie trailers and stuff. Like, I don't want too much information. Also, with anime, I think it's very common to like start with one idea and then it expands into all these different things. Like even like Gurren Lagann changes quite a bit, I'll say, without doing spoilery stuff. But yeah, no, even just that premise there is enough to get me interested. So I'm cool with that. I'd like to see where it goes. Pepper says Dead Man Wonderland is kind of a horror. Okay. Kataoka Kusuma Kondo Shonen Ace. Does it fall in the shonen genre? Ganta, who is the sole survivor when the rest of his class is murdered, this is a long one, framed for and falsely convicted of the massacre, Ganta is sent to a privately owned prison, the titular Dead Man Wonderland, with an unusual take on incarceration, doubling as a music. Oh, wait. I've seen some of this. Yes. I have seen some of this, and I remember this specific frame from the show, and it better show up here. No one has it. I am 98% certain that I've seen like the first 5 episodes of this years and years ago. And in one of the first games that it's like death games, right, that he competes in, it ends in like a draw, and they cut to like a jumbotron in the stadium, and it just says, "There is no winner!" ! And there are people like cheering like crazy and confetti's coming down. And I thought it was like the funniest thing, just because like people are so excited at a tie. But it's great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've seen some of this. But not too much. So I will track it down and I'll give it some more time. I mean, as much as possible. It's going to be interesting, like, adding all of these to my queue and hopefully, really digging into just about every one of them. Purple says, I think I'm going to hop off stream now. But I hope you have a great rest of your night and stream. Thank you very much, Purple. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it, as always. Hope you have a great night, great weekend, etc. And thanks for your suggestions. You have a good number of these, I think. So I really appreciate that. Cool, but yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. What time is this? 6:30. Okay, this is all right. Yeah, what else what have I been watching lately? Well, I made my video on Lucky Star, so that's that. And then I've also been watching just tons of Nichijou, and I am working on a video about Nichijou currently, but it's in the works, so it'll be a little bit longer before I actually have that finished. But I mostly have incredibly glowing things to say about Nichijou, so I don't think it'll be too surprising to see what's in the video once it comes out. But yeah, that one's been, yeah. That's been wonderful to have access to. She says there's also Dead Leaves, which is very much the opposite of boring. Oh, okay. What do we got? Dead Leaves. Is it just the film, or is there also a series? I'm guessing there's also a series. Let me put it down here. Oops. I want that capitalized. Cool. Okay. Pandy and Retro awaken with no memories of their past and set off on a crime spree, eventually finding themselves in an infamous prison on the moon known as Dead Leaves. Wow. Okay. Yeah, things are happening there. Where do they some of these screen caps here are like wild. The art style looks pretty crazy. I like it. 2004. Toot says also completely unrelated anime, but have you read the Otherland series by Tad Williams? I read it a while back, but it really stuck with me. Okay, hold on. Let me pull that up too. But real quick here, Pepper says, gotta leave, but you take care. Look forward to more content. Thank you very much, Pepper. I really appreciate that. Thank you for all the wonderful suggestions. I think you had a significant number of the ones we have in the list here also. So thank you. It means a lot to me. Thanks for stopping by the stream. And take care, all right? I think we can all stand to go a little bit easy in our daily lives lately. But to what Toots was saying, hold on, let me get a tab up for that also. That sounds somewhat familiar. Otherland. It does sound very familiar, but I haven't actually read any of these. Okay, sci-fi tetralogy. How many numbers is that? Like 11, 10, something like that. 1996 and 2001. Set on Earth near the end of the 21st century. Probably between 20 and 20, a world where technology has advanced somewhat beyond the present. Okay. Cool. Okay. Now I love some good sci-fi stuff. I haven't really read a bunch of sci-fi in book form for a while now. I read a bunch growing up. I read a bunch in college. Never did Dune. Books are anime. Otherland. Tad Williams. Thank you for the suggestion. And I'm sure it's very popular, which means that I could probably get some copies of the books for cheap, which is my favorite. That's part of why I have a lot of books here, many of which I haven't actually finished. So thank you for the recommendation. And yeah, I don't want to like go into the Wikipedia page because I don't want to learn too much about it, you know. But the setup is like kind of enough for me. Hear people on Reddit talking about Otherland. It's a great series, a lot of variety in characters and setting, but it takes a while to get into. It's a bit slow burning. A very interesting premise. Okay. And however many books in what, like 5 years? 5-ish years? That's pretty crazy. That sounds like some work. Sounds like a lot of work for sure. I'm going to have some more wine now. I hope that's okay with everybody. But yeah, I watched a bunch of SAO. I repeatedly watched Lucky Star, Nichijou, I tried to watch Kyoto Animation's swimmer show called Free, which is fine. It's not really for me. It's a neat show. Likable characters and everything. They make swimming very intense, of course. So I get that. But yeah, I have not really gotten into binge mode with Free. And what else has there been? Yeah, Show by Rock I was revisiting. That was pretty fun. I would like to see K-On! Relatively soon, but have not. And what else? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like vaguely curious about some of the more recent Pokemon adaptations and anime series. Like, but then again, I didn't keep up with the games through like Sun and Moon, Black and White, and even Ruby Sapphire. So like, I don't. It would probably be very foreign to me for the most part. So we'll see whether or not I manage to try those out. But I also haven't heard especially good things about those. If anything, and I guess it qualifies as anime, I really enjoyed the Poke-Tunes. I think I made a video about those a while back. Those were excellent. And in my opinion, at least half of those, which they're all just like, one-off little shorts, but a ton of those could have been adapted into full series, I think. And I think that's a smart way of potentially testing out show ideas. But yeah, I don't think they have plans to expand any of that stuff, as far as I know. So it's kind of a shame because some of those ideas, my friend the Gengar, when I became a Gengar or whatever, that one was a lot of fun. The one, well, I guess it would be repetitive, but there was one about the girl who finds her first Pokemon, the Nidoran, and they, are starting their adventure. I guess that would feel very similar to the original Pokemon anime, but still, I'm fine with that. I don't know. It seemed like a fun group of characters and things. Oh, we got a helicopter. What was I adding here? Oh, I had a couple new Leaf tracks I was going to add to the playlist. Here they are. Oh, too loud. Pull that back a little bit. There we go. New Leaf soundtrack's not bad at all. Oh my goodness. Cool. Yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well. It has been an interesting time lately for me, for sure. It's been a bit strange, I think, lately. But productive, I suppose. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot going on, for sure. But let me see if I can get this set up. And also, I'm, still open. I'm going to hang out for a good while, so feel free to send any recommendations, that kind of thing. But I also might mindlessly play a Steam demo that I recently came across and that I really enjoy, so I hope everybody's cool with that. But yeah, for sure, feel free to continue sharing basically any recommendations. I know it's like anime in the title and stuff, but basically anything you can recommend anytime to me, and I'm happy to hear it. Because I do think I'm sometimes in danger of just getting trapped in my own cycles of the things I already like and the comfort media that I already like. So it's really good to get some variety going and, different things, different flavors in the mix for sure. Toot says the whole series, Overland series, yes, okay, is 3,000 plus pages or 117 hours in audio form. It has a lot of POV characters, and the setting allows it to go some great places. Wow, yeah, that certainly sounds like classic sci-fi novel stuff, of just like big tons of characters, tons of environments and stuff, tons of premises. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. It's been a while since I've dug into something quite like that, so I think that would be fun. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I can find like a relatively cheap box set, or just like the first couple volumes so I can give it a taste. Although based on what some other people have been saying, it might take a few you know, a couple of the books to like really get into it and get the momentum going. So we'll have to see about that. That's fun, especially because a lot of what I've been reading over the last, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months has been more dense academic stuff for the most part, or like incredibly dense literary stuff. For some reason I thought it would be a good idea to finally dig into Finnegan's Wake. And if you were an English major or you're familiar with literature in general, you're probably familiar with it. And you might think it's dumb to actually try to read, but I don't know. I had a hankering for some like really complex work. So I've been ramming my head against that one for a little while now. Anyway, that said, it would be a very nice change of pace to go with something that's just much more narrative and that just flows much better in terms of storytelling, because I haven't been around that stuff for a good long while. So yeah, sounds like fun. Might have to try that out. Okay, so hold on. Let me see real quick if I can get a window capture for this demo that I like. How do I do this? I do here, window capture. Piglin. Piglin. Does that show up? No. Yeah, I don't know. There's something janky about OBS's window capture function. Like, sometimes it'll see a window, sometimes it won't. So here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna do this and this, and I need display capture here. Oh. Let me try another display capture. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Wow, that's a lot. Hang on. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Put this here. And wow, this is busy. Is that okay? Can we like vaguely see what's going on here? Yes? I think that should be okay. I should still be capturing. If anything, I will drop one of the this. I'll drop that. Hopefully. Oh, and I'll move. No. Sorry. I need to move list of anime down here. Okay. Hopefully that's okay. Please yell at me if it's not. Anyway, feel free to keep recommending stuff and just have a chat. This is really a hangout stream for sure. But I've really enjoyed playing the demo for Peglin lately. It's basically Peggle, but as a roguelike combat adventure game. And it's pretty easy to play without like paying a bunch of attention to. So if it's cool, I'll just play this in the background while we just kind of hang out for a while. But yeah, go ahead. If you have other anime recommendations or other types of recommendations, feel free. And I will try my best not to embarrass myself on stream with my Peglin play, even though I've been doing okay so far. Not with that. Not with that one. Tude says the first book is the slowest burn of the Otherland series. Okay. But it sets up the world very well. I don't remember the plots of the other 3 books very well. Okay, so it's 4 total. I was way overestimating. But I know I spent all of my free time for weeks reading them. Isn't that the best, though? Like when you can just kind of... When a book series in particular clicks, and you end up binging books, and that's not even a term that we had back in the day when books were a much more viable entertainment option. But it's definitely something that I really appreciate, and it's some of the best memories I've had of reading stuff is just when it was fully narrative work, and I was just going into it full force and constantly picking up the next volume, you know? That was certainly how it was. I mean, this was many years ago, but that's certainly how it was with like Series of Unfortunate Events. I was just like back to back to back because already a bunch of them had already been released. So that was a ton of fun. I'm trying to think of other series. I'm sure there have been others where I've done a similar thing, but or even just like a long book when you finally get to the point where it's flowing really well and you just feel compelled to finish the thing. Like regardless of how many sacrifices you need to make in your like day-to-day life, you just feel the need to keep going. That's like the best. I don't know. That's just so much fun. So far, this run is going poorly, I feel. So yeah, the premise, it's basically Peggle, which is sort of like a pachinko style game, except here it's tied with turn-based combat, basically. So different pegs of these will have different effects on your combat. You can target different enemies when there are multiple enemies on screen, things like that. And you get all types of different orbs, I think they're called, that have different effects, and that can drastically change how combat goes, as we'll see soon. I think the game is still in early access on Steam, but wow, that was awful. But it was in early access, and the demo is free, so I was like, why not? I'll go ahead and try that. And it's been excellent. Now, if I can get this bomb, we're good to go. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've done narrative stuff in, yes, please. Since I've done narrative reading in general, I really do enjoy it. I miss it a lot. I don't know. You know how it goes with reading, especially now and with any kind of internet access. There's just so much other stuff to bait your attention that it gets difficult if you're not in the reading mood, or if you struggle with distraction in general. Like, it's just way too much. So yeah, and also just between work and making videos and things, there's a lot going on, so I don't always have time to actively read something. But I don't know, I feel like I'm getting close to that spot again where I can really dig into some reading and actually enjoy it and dedicate some real time to it. So we'll see. That was not the way to go. That was not, yeah. How about you, Tudes? What are some other either book series or like individual one-off books that you've really enjoyed in the past, or really just gotten caught up in? I'd love to hear about that. Maybe we'll have to do like a whole separate book recommendation stream. That could be interesting. See if anybody shows up for that. That'd be fun. Oh, a couple bombs. Bombs are an excellent weapon in here. I would like some more interesting orbs, though. So far, the stones are just so boring. Yeah, that stinks. I want to get that bomb there. Come on. There we go. 2? No. But yeah, what else have I been doing lately? Oh my gosh. Well, in the area of games, I've been playing Elden Ring. I feel like everybody's just tired of talking about Elden Ring at this point, unless you're like really actively playing it. And I'm kind of in the same boat there, where like every time I hear someone on YouTube talking about Elden Ring, it just feels like, okay, man, like, yeah, we all know it's a great game. It's extremely popular. It's been very successful. I'm playing it also. I know which bosses you're talking about, but yeah, it's starting to get to the point of like total stream saturation for sure. So many guide videos. There's one YouTuber in particular, and I'm not trying to like be critical at all, but it's clear that this YouTuber has hit it really big with their Elden Ring stuff. Like, they put out, I think they got early access or, a review code or something. So they had one of the first videos where they were like, oh, I've actually legit finished the game and I have some thoughts. And now they're just cranking out as many Elden Ring videos as they can. They're like, I have the not official, but like, I have a very in-depth lore video for everybody. And all these videos are getting like millions and millions of views. So like, good for them. But yeah, I think we've certainly gotten to the point of like talking about it is getting kind of old. And I am enjoying the game. I'm just like rarely in the mood to actively play it. And I'm not the kind of person to just like grind out a tough section or a tough boss for hours or days on end. So yeah, I don't know. It's fun, but I'm also always playing like a million different things at a time. So, and then Peglin, no, and then Peglin shows up, and I was like, I like this. I'll put 50 hours into this in the course of a week. So, and it's just the demo. I'm only playing the demo. I'll buy it soon. I will. It'll be fun. Okay. I think I got one orb there. And aside from that, yeah, so we have the Patreon now. It's been interesting to do that. It's been a lot of fun so far, actually, which has been a nice, not surprise, but it's been a nice addition to sort of my week. Is chatting to people in the Patreon Discord, and I'll be doing streams every once in a while over there. I think that'll be pretty fun. I think we're going to try to do like watch-alongs where we watch the same show or movie at the same time and kind of chat about it. But yeah, it's actually been a lot of fun. It's still slow going because it's brand new. And I'm hesitant to mention it a bunch in videos, but I've enjoyed it. Yeah, for sure. So that's another aspect of doing channel stuff, of course, and on top of, videos, regular streams, which who knows how often I'll be able to do those anymore. But yeah, but it's been good. Dude says, the way books from the 90s imagined the future of cyberspace scratches an itch for me that no other type of media does. I don't have any other recommendations off the top of my head, though. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, certainly. Like, I guess it technically falls into the category of like retrofuturism, right? Like, past conceptions of the future and how they differ from our present, which is the actual future that those kinds of books and movies were referring to, is fascinating for sure. Even obviously like steampunk falls into that category, or even like what is it? Sorry, I got a hair on my face. Even Infinite Jest, the very the very famous Foster Wallace book, is technically retrofuturist because it was written in the early to mid 90s, but it's set in like the late 90s for the most part, late 90s to early 2000s. And I think that's actually kind of like certainly a satirical take on what the near future would be, but still like somewhat realistic. Like there's an idea in that book of subsidized time. So basically, I guess the world, or at least North America, sells the names for years. So instead of using numbers anymore, they'll just call it like the Purdue Wonder Chicken year, or like the Maytag clothes dishwasher year, or something like that. And it's ridiculous, but it also seems somewhat feasible. So I enjoy that kind of thing. But yeah, any retrofuturist stuff, even like movies from the 80s, there are tons of sci-fi movies from the 80s that have, pretty specific and detailed imaginings of what like the early 2000s would be like, or even the 2020s, even like the original Blade Runner, right? I think is set somewhere around the 2020s, if I remember correctly. And it's fascinating. I don't know. You get to feel, in a way, like very informed and kind of snooty, because you're like, well, I know that's not how things turned out. But it's still fun to see how other people predicted certain things or how they interpreted certain technological advances. Even just seeing how like future computers and things were imagined in the world of Blade Runner. Like everything's still analog. Everything's still technically like running physical tapes, right? As opposed to purely digital storage, digital displays and things like that. It's actually pretty cool. So that's great. But yeah, no, if that's a lot of what happens in or a lot of what's shown in Otherland, or I think it's Otherland, not Overland. Yeah, Otherland. That sounds great. So yeah, I'm excited to check that stuff out. Um, yeah, I think I usually keep like a wish list on Amazon or like Thrift Books, which sells like used books of stuff that I'll eventually get to. And I rarely hesitate at all to actually just buy a book because so many of them are just incredibly cheap now that you know, $4 or $5 you can get this book. It doesn't even matter if you like never even read it because it'll just be there ready to go. And yeah, I appreciate that. Oh no, did I cover up my... I did cover up my face cam. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that, but I also don't mind too much. There we are. I can get rid of Rise. I put this YouTube thing up there as a joke. I thought it'd be funny. I was like, I'm sure I'll be on the creators on the Rise list. Of course, YouTube is promoting my stuff. Why wouldn't they be? Oh my goodness. I almost had that other bomb. Man. But I don't know. We have a decent amount of health here. Maybe we'll get this boss. I want that reset. Yeah. The reset doesn't get me my bombs back, though. Okay. Okay. That's not too bad. That is okay. Hey, that was very good. Okay. Okay, we can do this. We got it. All right. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh, there's a bomb. Oh, the perfect orb for that shot. Yes. Ugh. We did it. I mean, this doesn't matter because I'm done with the demo, but still. Oh my gosh. Oof. And this also doesn't matter because the demo's over, but... yeah, sure. Dreaded Ducky says, nice mustache. Thank you very much. I'm not crazy about it, but it's not noticeably bad, so I don't mind too much anymore. Attacks deal 10 plus damage, plus 10 damage to slimes. Deal bombs deal plus 10 damage. Yes, please. I've just been looping the demo. Have you ever done that with a game where you're like, I'm not quite ready to buy, or I don't have the money yet? So I'll just keep playing the demo like over and over. And thankfully, this is a pretty meaty demo, so you don't really feel like you're, you know, doing like a single level over and over again. Another one that's like that is Factorio. I don't know if you folks have ever checked out Factorio. It's excellent. It's like really good. It's all about like strategy and automation of machines and production lines and things like that. But that demo, you could honestly spend like basically as much time as you want in that game's demo, because it's down to like how much you accomplish, how many checkpoints you reach, sort of. So you could spend 10, 20 hours probably on that demo and not really even feel that it was a demo. But yeah, that's been a big one for me. Dry Ducky says the mustache looks nice. Well, thank you. I hope it looks okay on camera. I'm not crazy about being on camera. But yeah, for the longest time I was like, I don't want facial hair stuff. I was like, it's fine. Eventually I kind of came around to it. But if it gets too long, if you end up like chewing on it, which feels pretty gross. I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like it's a human. It's part of like human instinct, our animal instinct, that you naturally hate hair. Like you never want to eat hair in your life. I'm sure it would be just absolutely gross or almost impossible. Oh, look at the weird thing that's happening with this. That is not correct. But I'll still put Hunter x Hunter down, Ducky, because I am aware of it. And I think it's on Netflix currently, so it would be super easy to watch. But I haven't actually watched it yet. But I hear great things about it. And I have no doubt that it's like a really solid show. Just haven't taken the dive. And I think that's the case with a lot of the stuff. Even a decent chunk of what I have here on the list is like, I'm aware of it. I've heard of it a good amount, but I've never actually put the time in. And in general, yeah, there was a long time where I just wasn't really engaging with anime a whole bunch. I certainly had some like misconceptions about anime for a long time too. And then at other times, the fan bases for certain shows would make me feel like I just wasn't super enthused about the idea of engaging with different shows. But I started to come around, and in fact, I think one of the first shows that really, one of the shows I think that really started to bring me around and get me more interested was Killa Kill, which, I mean, very famous. Everybody knows Killa Kill. Is what, 2014 in that area. I did not watch it on its original release, but I think I started watching it in like 2020 probably, and it's still on Netflix, so it's very accessible. But I was just kind of stunned at the level of intensity that Killa Kill managed to deliver. And there's a lot about that show that I really don't like, and especially when we get into like fan service territory. Killa Kill's a mess and like almost scandalous in certain cases and certain things that it does with its characters. But the art is incredible. I've heard that it was a very small team actually making that show at the time, because I think it was the first Trigger show, right? They came from another studio, said they were going to do their own thing. But I'm still a huge fan of Killa Kill. It's like, it's insanely good, even though it's just the one season. And that also got me to watch Little Witch Academia, which I think I also did a video about, which is also Trigger. Also, is it Susio who's the artist? But yeah, there's something so appealing about the line work, the character designs in those shows, and how action is depicted. It's just delightful and so engrossing and impressive. So that was definitely a big one for me. So that kind of encouraged me to look into some other things. Netflix also has like a decent offering of anime at this point, I feel. So you can, find your own gateway shows for the genre or whatever we call it. What do I do with this one? I don't have a lot. Let's hit a reset. I think I missed a thing. Yeah, Tude says, Tad Williams is primarily a fantasy author, so Otherland feels different than the limited amount of cyberpunk I've consumed. I feel like he didn't lean on technology as magic as a crutch. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the whole thing, isn't that? Whose quote was that? Arthur C. Clarke, maybe? Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, something like that. I think it's Arthur C. Clarke. But that sounds great. Okay, so it's interesting that this is a sci-fi series, but he was mostly a fantasy guy. That's a pretty significant shift. It might not sound like a big shift to some people, but it absolutely is. That's pretty cool. No, I think you've really, really sold me on it. So I'll probably put on my Amazon thing later. Have to wait for payday. Fracturus says FLCL doesn't elaborate and leaves. Well, thank you for visiting with us. FLCL, I will put it on the list here. Oh, and now the notes window is fixed, so I can fix this up. FLCL, I assume it's short for something, but I like the lack of elaboration. It's just going to be a mystery until I actually look it up. Ducky says Tower of God is really good. I think it's on HBO Max. Okay. Tower of God. I almost put Tower of Dog, but I feel like that would be a very different show. You know what I mean? Oh, this is a great orb. I love it. So bouncy. That was a weird thing that came up in my brain the other day. I suddenly had the urge to get some bouncy balls. Just like rubber bouncy balls. I was like, that'd be fun. I don't know why. I think it maybe came up in Nichijou or something. I was like, yeah. Those are fun. I remember getting those from like crank machines at some place, like an arcade or something back in the day. And it was always just the best until you lose the bouncy ball, which is kind of an inevitability, I think. So I looked around. I think I can get like a million bouncy balls for $20 on Amazon. So I might have to do that pretty soon. Dude says FLCL is pronounced nope. Nope. I'm not doing that. You're trying to trap me. I can't pronounce that. I have no idea how that's fully coolly irk. I've got nothing. I have absolutely no point of reference for that pronunciation. I'm sorry, but thank you for the information there. I do appreciate it. So it is. So it's not like. So it's almost like a phonetic thing, I guess. It's not like an acronym for a longer title. That's pretty interesting. Unless you're just messing with me, in which case that's fine too. That's a good one. Wow, this is a great map. Dude says I got it. Sure. Well, you're just being nice. That's a nice thing to say. But yeah, I'll check it out. Don't worry. I will look it up later. But for now, it stays on the list. Our golden list of recommendations here. Football Lever. I'll just say 45 says, besides Funimation or streaming service specifically intended for watching anime, which mainstream streaming... Sure. Mainstream streaming is too much. Mainstreaming service do you think houses the best anime shows? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with what HBO Max has for anime these days. I have not seen a lot there. I do think Netflix has a decent amount. I mean, at least of stuff that I like. They've got Killa Kill and they have Little Witch. They have Baki on there. I think Hunter x Hunter's on there. My Hero is not on there, which is a detriment for sure. But they have a lot. Do they also have Full Metal? I think they had Attack on Titan, which nobody mentioned here. They used to have One Punch Man. I don't know whether that's still there. But other than that, like, I don't think that the streaming services from the American broadcasters, like Paramount Plus, which is CBS, Hulu, I guess, is Fox. They have some decent stuff. Disney, no. Disney has the Star Wars anime stuff, which is about it, I guess, but which is not bad. Yeah, I think that's probably about it. But, like, Peacock, I don't get the feeling that Peacock has a bunch of killer anime. I could be wrong. So, yeah, I feel like it's the more generalized services, or like HBO is technically already a premium channel, so it's not stuck in the broadcast game. So I'm sure they have a decent selection as well. Oh, wow. Just the one bomb. But yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about Netflix's selection so far. And then, yeah, you have the specialty streaming services, Funimation, Crunchyroll. I'm sure there are others that's their bread and butter. That's basically everything they have. So, but yeah, probably something like that. Netflix is a decent competitor for sure. Fractor says, okay, one tip for FLCL. Okay. The entire show is on YouTube in HD. Just search and you'll find it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Well, there you go. You can't argue about that in terms of accessibility, right? Like, it's just there, which I love, even though it's like technically illegal to have a full show up on YouTube for free. I'm totally into that. Like, I've watched even not anime, but home movies. All of home movies is just on YouTube now. It's a great solution for tons of shows that, like, probably don't have, aren't being fought over in terms of the licensing. It's a solution that the people have come up with, isn't it? Like, it's a very vox populi kind of thing. Boy, oh boy, I have had too much of this wine to keep the stream going for much longer. I just get tired. Toot says that's literally all I know about the show, and the person who told me might have been messing with me, so take it with a grain of salt. That would be kind of fun if it was like a chain joke that other people pass down through the ages, like, this is the correct pronunciation, but it's actually not. Like, that's fine by me. That sounds kind of fun. How about I call FLCL Flickle? That sounds like the officially endorsed pronunciation. I want to remove one of my stone orbs, please. Ducky says VGHS is a really good show on YouTube, not anime though. Hold on, we have a category for that. It is called VGHS. Thank you. That's, yeah, we should have like a whole list of just like stuff you can watch on YouTube without being hassled by the man. That's fine by me. I did put down FLCO. Okay, cool. Thank you, game. I think we'll have 2 successful runs in a row. I don't know if I've ever beat the slime boss guy, so we'll see how that goes. Ooh, look at these bombs ready to go, though. Can we hit them like this? 3, not bad. Okay, okay. This is the bramble ball. It's not that special. Did I get a bomb? Oh, there we go. That might do it. Tude says Flickle is possibly the most cursed pronunciation I've ever heard. I like it. I'm going to go with Flickle. That'd be fun if I made a video about the show and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and call it Flickle very confidently and see what people do. But then again, I don't read the comments that often anymore. I apologize about that, by the way, but it can be very challenging sometimes. Oh boy, I don't know what these items are, so I'm just gonna let it rip. Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. Boss time. Oh boy, this is not bad wine, by the way. Am I allowed to? Don't drink if you're underage. But this is a very cheap bottle from Maison Barbolo. Probably Barbolo. La Comptine. It's a blend. It's Cab Sav and Syrah. And it seems like it would be heavier. Like it's 13.5%. So that usually means more tannins, which means like more ugly taste in your mouth. You like really feel it on your tongue. But this is actually not bad. It's pretty light. But I think I'm probably done with it for now. I do not need any more of that. It's giving me tutorial here. I don't really need that. Thank you. 45 says, who's the wine importer? Is it someone you trust? No. It's some importer in like Claremont, California that I'm sure just does whatever. But they didn't have Trader Joe's didn't have the Barbera d'Asti that I like. So I got this. And it's fine. It's fine. It has a good label though, for sure. Okay, let's see if we can get this bomb. We cannot. Nope, not even a little bit. But now we probably could. Okay. This is not a Kermit Lynch wine. This is not a fancy one. 45 says, what's an anime trope that you see and go, I'll turn this off now? What a question. It's a good question. Trope, yeah, I mean, I'm really not, the obvious one is I'm really not crazy about fan service in general. Like, it bothers me quite a bit, especially if the characters are, like, clearly or arguably underage. I mentioned that in my Lucky Star video. Like, I'm not that that's super fan servicey for the most part, but, like, Killa Kill, there's definitely some stuff in there where I just hate it. Please, like, let's just not. Like, we could just not do all this junk. But it's rarely enough that I'll turn the show off if I'm really not in the mood, not in the anime mood in a general sense. I'll turn it off if that kind of stuff shows up. But otherwise, I'm just like, okay, I'll kind of just ignore and go about my business. Wow, look at that. Look how close we were. But that's not super often. if I just want to watch the show, or if there are enough other things about it that I enjoy. Yeah, but Dude says the best wine is free wine. If I have to pay, I go for sweet white wine every time. Really? Sweet white wine. I'm not a huge fan myself. But that's fair enough. Know what you like, right? 45 says, has there ever been an anime that started and then didn't like it, but then revisited it at a later time? I went, wow, this actually isn't too bad. Also, I also love free wine. I don't get many opportunities for free wine personally, so I don't know where you guys are going, but that's not really where I hang out, wherever that's happening. Yeah, as for an anime or watching it, I was like, this is not the best, but I did like it later on. That's a good question. There haven't been too many where I saw some of it at first and went back later. I guess maybe Show by Rock, because the first time I watched that, it was just completely on a whim and knew nothing about it and had no expectations for it, and it just seemed so random and crazy, and the animal girls were a bit much, so I wasn't a huge fan right away. But I did come back to that one later on, and I did think it was just fun. Like, I didn't have a ton of expectations going into it on the second round. I just felt like, whatever, just give me some craziness, give me some weird animal people, and have them play kind of generic anime songs, and that's enough for me. So that's probably the only one. But like some of the stuff that I grew up watching, like Hamtaro, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, whichever one, I haven't revisited at all. So I can't really make a call there at all. But it's possible for sure. Maybe I'll really dig Dragon Ball Z when I come back around, or maybe Sailor Moon will really hook me. Although I'm sure there are like 50 different Sailor Moon series at this point, right? Like, that's just such a big property. Anyway, so there's that. I might feel that way about some of the early Pokemon stuff, even though, like, it's fine. The Charmander episode of the original Pokemon anime is pretty great, so it has that going for it. But I haven't watched it in so long. Also, these questions can be answered for the chat too. I'd love to know your opinions. Toot says, my alcohol tastes are mostly very basic, but anybody who claims that they don't like apple teenies is a liar, and you should judge them hard. Oh no, in terms of like cocktails, I'm very open, especially things that don't taste like alcohol at all are like the best, and I don't understand why anybody would do otherwise. Like, why have an old fashioned when you can have like I don't know, a dirty Arnold Palmer or something like that, or something more sophisticated. But yeah, if it tastes good, that is kind of the only thing that matters. So it's strange to me when people are like, no, I just want a shot of something. All those shots, the point is just to... Sorry, I don't want this to turn into an alcohol stream. Fractria says, okay, never mind. The Flickle video I referred to is taken down, and I'm so mad. Sail the 7 seas instead. Yeah, I'll find it. It was up for years, too. That stinks. When you feel that you can, like, rely on a specific video or channel for that kind of stuff. That happens with video game music quite a bit, too. I think with Nintendo music in particular. Where, like, you'll have a resource, you can find it there all the time, and then all of a sudden it gets a takedown notice. You're like, well, now I have very few options. Like, I can't really enjoy this anymore. But that sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. I mean, I'm sure I will be able to find it somewhere else. I have my my sources, I guess we'll say. But yeah, that stinks. Why was I trying for bombs when it's just a navigation thing? I'll need some coffee soon. Wow. It's only 7 o'clock. Bomb. Not very good, but we can get this bomb now. 2 bombs. Look out. Look out, world. Yeah, look how good that is. Just cleared the screen with that. What do we want to do here? Straight down the middle. Yeah, I'll find Flickle, don't you worry. I'll track it down one way or another. And most of the stuff that we've recommended here, I'm sure I'll be able to find somewhere. I wish it was all like consolidated on something like Funimation or Crunchyroll. Like if just the two of those had basically everything, I really wouldn't mind it. You know, like I have plenty of subscriptions. I really wouldn't mind having a couple more if they delivered some real value. And Funimation's been great so far, so here's hoping, fingers crossed, that I can find most, if not everything, just on there. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll start winding down, actually. Probably like 7:30 my time, I think, like roughly 12 minutes from now. I'll probably start to wind things down and hop off. But well, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm glad we got so many good recommendations here. This has been great. And yeah, hey, I'll plug it one more time. But if you're feeling generous, and if you feel like chatting with sort of the channel community and other people who are into this stuff on a regular basis, the Patreon Discord's been really good for that so far. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised at even how active I've been on there, because I was like, I'm just not on Discord very much, but all of a sudden I'm there, I'm chatting with folks. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, I'll try to keep doing regular streams here on the channel relatively often. It's just a logistics thing at this point. Also, as Shady Day pointed out, I don't know if you guys saw, because I think they removed the comment because it was posted a couple days before the stream went live. But Shady Day said something very interesting, which is that apparently sometimes if you stream on YouTube, then YouTube's like algorithm kind of classifies you as a streamer as opposed to just a regular creator uploading videos. So hopefully that's not actually happening with me, because I'm not mainly a streamer. I'm mostly doing videos. That's most of what I have on the channel by far. Also, YouTube encourages you so much to stream on YouTube as opposed to Twitch or any other service. So it'd be really frustrating if there were like downsides to streaming directly on YouTube. But I don't think Twitch is a good option for this channel at this point in time. And yeah, so I'll stream on here every once in a while. I'll stream on Patreon hopefully a couple of times a month. We'll try to do watch alongs and stuff. So it's a little bit up in the air, so I apologize for that. But yeah, it's been a thing. It's been a thing lately for sure, just trying to figure this out. Tude says, if you like the idea of wine, but you really want to drink juice, Moscato d'Asti is amazing. It's like 5% alcohol. Okay, yeah, so I've had the Barbera d'Astis, and those are lovely. And I've had Moscato on its own, which is very sweet, very much candy, you know. But yeah, that sounds great. Another one that I really like is, shoot, what is it called? It's actually a type of beer, but it's a fruit beer. Oh, shoot, what is the brand name? There's a really good raspberry beer that doesn't taste like beer at all, which is its best attribute. And I love it so much. It's really good. It's also fantastic for like ice cream floats. You put this raspberry beer in with like a vanilla ice cream or something. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Can I find that? Hold on. I want to try to find this. Fruly? No, I don't think. No, it's Lindemans. Yep, that's it. Lindemans raspberry. What do they call it? Yeah, just Lindemans raspberry, I suppose. But yeah, it's fruit beer. It's lovely. I'm sure Fruly and other ones. I'm sure there are a bunch of other ones out there that are a similar thing. I think there are also a lot of like fruit sour beers out there. But this one in particular, Lindemans, I've had a bunch of times, and I love it. It's very sweet. So like if you're not into sweet stuff, and if you're not into the particular fruit flavor, then you'd probably hate it. But I love it. And it's basically just feels like fruit soda with a tiny bit of alcohol content. It's very low, maybe like 3.5%, 4%. But it's lovely. I really like Lindemans. And they have different flavors and stuff, so it's not just the raspberry one. These bats are getting me. Okay. How can I get that bomb? I can't get that bomb. Are you kidding me? Oh. Okay. But yeah, I'll have to see what my game budget is for next month. Because lately a bunch of stuff has cropped up that I'm like, yeah, you know what? I really want to play that. I already have more than enough to play, but I very much want to play all this other stuff. I want to finally get a Diablo game. I think that would be great on the Switch in particular. I'm kind of intrigued by the Persona 5 Strikers game. I just love the vibe and the visuals of Persona 5. They also made an anime for that, which is pretty decent. But yeah, it was kind of pricey, so we'll see about that one. And other ones. Oh, what was it? There was a tower defense game. Gata Protector's Cart of Darkness. I'm surprised I remember the name. But it's like an active tower defense game, so you set up your defenses, but then you're also running around and fighting with enemies in real time. That sounds really fun, so I might get that soon too. But just so much going on into rhythm games and things, so I've been digging into those a lot. Oh, this is the best orb. Look at that. Destroying. Wow. Oh. Finished him just like that. I mean, whatever. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll stream for a few more minutes and finish things off here. But this has been a lot of fun. I'm really glad I got to do this. Yeah, and for future stuff, I am planning to buy a better webcam, so hopefully the picture quality will be a bit better in terms of real life stuff that I get to show here. Oh, that'll finish him off, right? Wow. Oh, we have this guy still. This guy's a bit of a pain. Come on. Nope. Nope. Okay. There it is. Should have gotten that bomb first. Oh well. Okay. In this game, how could I forget? I actually want to buy the full version of this game, so I will probably do that. 45 says, what anime should I start right now? Oh boy. What a big question. Have you heard of Sword Art Online? I don't know if you've seen that one, but that's a pretty good show. That's all right. Lots of anime girls in there, lots of waifus, and a couple boys too, I suppose. When to start right now? Yeah, that's a good question. What's a really just fun one? Pui Pui Malkar. Yep, I think it's on Netflix. You should check out Pui Pui Malkar and see how that goes. But I think it's delightful. Very accessible, very short episodes. I think the episodes are like a couple minutes each. So it's not like you're committing to a massive storyline or anything like that. So I'm a big fan of that one. Ooh, interesting. Oh, it is. It's very deep. Lots of lore in Pui Pui Malkar. Tude says, is boifu a real word? I love it. Sure, why not? Yeah, waifu, boifu. That almost sounds like a dish. Like some dish you get in the restaurant. Oh boy, this guy's really giving it to us. That's okay. Once this fight is done, I think we're just about finished. Yeah. I don't think I've forgotten anything else to mention. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a Hasman Hotel video very soon. Hopefully in the next couple of days I'll have that out. We'll see how angry the internet gets at me. And yeah, not too much else going on, I guess, really. Always more videos in the works, of course, but We'll see how quickly those get finished. 45 says, who's your boifu for SAO? I feel like I need to look at a list because I forget so many of them. How about... I mean, it can't be Kirito. That's just stupid. Hold on. I have to Google it, actually, to look at characters. SAO characters. I mean, I hate Klein, so it's not Klein. Yeah. Maybe Heathcliff. I guess Heathcliff is technically in the running. There are not a ton of male characters, and an alphabetized list is not helpful to me. Yeah, Heathcliff is fine. So he's nominated for sure. But honestly, I mean, Kirito, he's okay. I don't know, he's a bit too much of a good guy in a way. He's kind of boring, honestly. Hope nobody gets mad at me for that, but that's how I feel about it at the moment. Hopefully they'll introduce a lot more male characters in the third arc, which is what I'm on now with the gun game, Gun Gale Online or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, yeah, I think we're just about done for today. So I'll do our usual of saying thanks to everybody for turning up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out to the stream. Please, if you feel so inclined, please consider supporting on the Patreon. It's early days, so I'd like to see some things getting going there. But otherwise, I mean, honestly, watching any of the videos on the channel and just engaging there is a big help to me and my online work. So hugely appreciative of that as well. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. I don't know. It's been a weird time of the year for sure. So I hope everyone's managing their various responsibilities just fine. And, staying motivated and stuff like that. And 45 says that Kirito is a Mary Sue. We call that a Gary Stew. I stole that from Neryl, but I like it, so I use it regularly. Good night, Tudes. Yeah, thank you so much for joining and for all the good suggestions. I will try my best to get through as many of these suggestions as I can relatively soon. Hopefully I can update either on a stream or somewhere else on the channel. So that would be great. But yeah, I think that's about all for now. So thanks for stopping by.